Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, what a colorful bunch we are tonight. Hi everyone. Hello, hello. In my head, I started talking and it was in Dutch. Hallo iedereen, welkom bij onze live uitzending. Het is zo fijn dat jullie erbij zijn. Oh, anyway, right. We better go and better go and speak some English now. Yes, biscuits or cookies, whatever you want, Sharon. Whatever you want. I have got biscuits, but I think I've been naughty this afternoon and I had quite a few already. So I'm just going to have my tea. Sometimes you have to admit that the biscuit obsession is a bit too much. Raffaella, no, it was Dutch. Italian. I don't speak Italian. I need a quick course in Italian. Why does it? Oh, look. There we go. So, welcome to our live. Today we are going to be talking all about how cals are made. Well, actually, how I make a cal. Okay. I know, Marie, I know, but the thing is, I've had so many biscuits already today. I can't cope with another one. You see, the thing is, I have been doing a particular thing today, and that requires a lot of brain power. Hence, it needs biscuits. You'll know later on. You'll know later on when why I had so many biscuits today and yesterday. Hi everyone. I know one more won't hurt, but I just don't feel like it at the moment. I've had a lot, Karen, a lot. Okay, a lot. I don't want to, I don't want to count them, but you know. Oh, Beth, I know they're unhealthy, but I don't care. I need them. They're brain power. They're brain food, you see. Yes, emphasis on a lot. Yes, she is looking very colorful, isn't she? I put her ready. Look, with the flower and her flowers, and then the bag, of course. Look, the bag has a tassel on it as well now. I'm going to add things to it as I feel like, okay? And then Dirk came up and said, oh, she needs something to wear. And then I'd been wearing this cardigan yesterday, so that one was in my wardrobe on the front kind of thing, and that's why he saw it and he put it on her. So, but of course I did tell him not to upset the flower and the bag, so he just put it over her shoulders. I mean, thank you, Karen, thank you. Yes, I'm liking the I think you like the dress, Karen, particularly because it's purple. Could that be the reason? Yeah, it's sort of very light and fresh and springtime. It's very thin, the dress. It's very thin. So yeah, I've put the heating on because I'm not that warm. But yes, I'm like, and then I sort of picked up on the red with my lipstick. You see how it works? See that color, color theory type, season, whatever it was. I could wear quite a lot as long as I sort of, picked up on the lipstick. So I'm doing that. Yes, Claudia. She is ready for her date night. She's got her brooch on. She's got her bag. She's got her cardigan. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. Ah, right. The neurons use glucose. So is that why I need the glucose for thinking? Oh my goodness. You should know, Vinita. Exactly. Yeah. Does oh, maybe she needs a partner, yes. Well, let's see if we maybe some of you have, you know, have a have a mannequin that she could date. Send pictures in the Facebook group and she'll pick them, you know, slide right, slide left. Oh. Yes, if they want to, you know, apply in the Facebook group, they're more than happy. Oh, there we are. Look at that. Look, where is Madam going? Oh, getting stuck in the blanket. There she goes. Hey, Layla. Dag schatje. Ja, hè? You want to come and say hello? Hmm? Do you want to come say hello? Huh? She's been asleep most of the day, so hopefully, yes, she'll stay for a little while. I'll have to reach for the blanket. I've got her little blanket there. As you can see, look, it's just in the corner there. No. Straight to her bed. Oh, well. Well, at least she made an appearance. She's thinking about it. Yes, she was. But yeah, she made an appearance. She's thinking, oh, not that malarkey again. Let's just go into my bed. And there we are. Maybe she'll change her mind because she doesn't like it when I'm talking like this, a little, because I speak a little bit louder, just, you know, for the video. And she's not that keen on that. So she goes into her holiday residence, you know, our conservatory at the back. She's such a character. Yeah. I don't know, Nancy. Oh, there we go again. I don't know whether cats are colorblind. Change your mind again. Typical cat behavior. Do you like the blanket, Layla? Actually, she has been particularly attracted to this blanket. Maybe she sees colors. Hi, Janice. Oh, yes, Sharon. Wouldn't that be lovely? Oh, no, on the floor now. Yeah, and off we go. Bye, Layla. Yeah. See, she doesn't like it when I'm talking like that, so never mind. Well, at least she has seen us. Hallo Angelique from Suriname. Oh, wauw. Spreek jij ook Nederlands? Angelique is een... Schoonhoven is zeker een Nederlandse naam. Ah, Solveig. Cats are not colorblind, dogs are. Yeah, I thought one of the two was, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, she might make a stop at the conservatory deck. I don't know whether she's gonna come all the way to you. No, I don't have dogs. No, no, no. We just have the one cat, and that's fine. That's fine. Hella, how many balls did I use for the Cleopatra cardigan? I can't remember because I've got so many patterns in my head. Please go back to the video and find out. The Cleopatra cardigan was okay size-wise for me, so just my size. So if you make the same size, you'll be okay. If you make it bigger or smaller, you'll have to go larger. But I think, don't quote me on this, I think 4 balls. Because now that I'm thinking, you know, 1 ball for the panels each side, and then for the sleeves. So 4 balls you would need, I think, for my size cardigan. Bridget, you used 4. Okay, same as me. Okay. Yeah, so things like, see, the thing is, I have just when I went on this website, and you can see how your channel is doing on YouTube. Guess how many videos I have? And if I say I can't remember what I used, how many balls I used, or, you know, I can bet you'll believe me when I say how many videos I've got. Angel, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. But I mean, it's a number. It's a quite a number. So I at the beginning of the year I had about 1,000 videos. Now it's 1,206 videos. 1,206 videos. I mean, more than 1,000 videos. I'm sorry, I can't remember the stitch count, the amount of balls, how much it weighed, how big it was, how large it was, how long or how wide it was, you know. That's Deborah. No, it doesn't use, obviously, it doesn't use all the 15 balls, but I have found, I made this with it, I've made other things with it. So you get, you use them, It's a great pack to have, even just to have to make smaller things with, right? Exactly, Angel. I would have to eat a lot more biscuits to be able to remember all the facts of every um tutorial. So I try very, very, very hard to make sure I include everything in the videos: hook sizes, yarn thickness, yarn weight, how many balls, sizes, diameters, all the numbers. Okay, so I try very hard. If it's not in there, then I do apologize, but I do know that I did try to put everything that I could just think about, I put in there. So that is why it's always good, if you have a question like that, go back to the video or ask in the Facebook group, because some people will know in there as well. Okay. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, everyone who said congratulations. Yes, it's it's like I don't dare think about it, because, to be honest, it's an overwhelming amount now, and you just think, wow, how did I do that? But yes, we have 2 videos a week plus the live video, so that's 3 videos every week. Unbelievable, and guess how many subscribers we have before we start with the topic of the yes, Dirk, and there he says it's 177,000 subscribers. And do you know what? Yesterday it wasn't that much. We hadn't reached that amount, and it was not close either. So thank you all for subscribing. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for everyone for always being here, always the same names, always the same interesting questions. You are fabulous. You are great. I've got the best community. Oh my goodness, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Now, guess, because this is what we're talking about, guess how many cals we have already done. Now, Dirk listed them, and he has included a couple of the January ones. Okay, because they're not official cals, they're sort of like DIY cals where you do it yourself. But because we're selling the packs for them and they also have an extensive pattern, we have included them. So try and work out how many cals we've got. We'll go through them in a moment. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. I mean, yes, all, so I work, right? I still work. So Friday evening, I close my computer from my work. And do you know what? I haven't stopped since then, basically. Yes, we've had a bit of sitting in the sofa watching something, but I was crocheting. I have painted something as well, but I was thinking about crochet, so Beth, that's a bit high. We'll speak again when we get to that number. But yes, Dorit Pinto, we've got 10 cals. 10 cals. Yeah. So we have made a list. So I've written it down because, so we started to actually, you could say there's 11, because the Ode to Anna was the first cal that I designed, that I sort of came up with. No, wait, no, 12. I'm gonna add to the list. Remember the poncho we did? That was the first cal. It was a mystery one, and it was a poncho. And that, yeah, the mystery poncho, and then it was the Ode to Anna. Now those two we did not sell the yarn for, so that's why Didac didn't count it. But I'm gonna add it. So the poncho, so the Four Seasons poncho, and the Ode to Anna, because that one was the first sort of the first, what am I talking about? The first proper blanket that I did as a cal, right? So we have the poncho and the Ode to Anna. Then we started selling the packs, and then it's Autumn Walk. Do you remember that one? Autumn Walk. Then it was the Mystery Picnic Blanket. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Oh, really, Rachel? Oh my goodness. You didn't find us until the jewels. Well, luckily you did. We had tea at your house 6 months after that. Picnic. Then the Lizzie. I mean, Lizzie, I have to say that's still my favorite because of the film, because of the colors, because of the way I designed that, right? So the Lizzie cal is the system that we use for our autumn or fall cals. It's a system of putting together rows of stitches, different ones every week, where you do not get bored. And that is, I think, the secret. Didac says Lizzie is the best-selling cal. Oh my goodness. Wow. Catherine, fantastic. Oh my word. You're doing the Lizzie as we speak. Fabulous. Perfect circle. Yes, Nancy. Yeah. So then we did the hang on. After the Lizzie, we did the Harlequin. Then the Jam Jar. Sure, yeah. How do I find all your patterns, please? On the website. There's lots of patterns for sale on the website. There's also the blog posts with the cal patterns, which are free there, but you can also buy them as a pattern. And Mary, the thing is, you see, I'm a video tutorial channel first. That's how it started. That's how it continues. So most of my patterns are not written patterns. They are videos. But I am getting better now at making patterns, certainly for the bigger items, for the bigger shawls. And so, you know, like the reading shawl and the Cleopatra, all that have got a written pattern. Okay, so I'm getting better at that. So we're at Jam Jar, Jewels of the Nile. We've got Greenway. Then it's the Tudum blanket. Oh, I love that blanket, the Netflix blanket. The Peacock, we've counted that as a cal. And then, of course, now the color theory. So in effect, it's like the 12th one. Without those two, the Tudum and the Peacock, which are not official cals, it is the 10th one. So there we go. We still have packs available for the color theory if you want to. And yeah, I think we have most of those packs still in stock. So the Peacock, the Lizzie, the Harlequin, you know, we keep them all in stock so you can make them whenever you want to. Okay. So, oh, wonderful, Darisha. Wonderful. You've done all of it. Unbelievable. That is fantastic. Yes. Well, if you've only found me like Rachel found me at the Jewels of the Nile, well, you've got a lot of catching up to do, Rachel. You better get started. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? If you want to be a true subscriber to the channel, you better get crocheting. Yes. Oh my goodness, Ingrid, you've also done all of them. Yes, the duck pond is a fantastic pattern, isn't it, Deborah? Yeah. Your first completed cal was the Jewels of the Nile. Nisha, fantastic. Mary, yes, my first videos. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? The first videos aren't even proper tutorials, but in my head they were. Oh my goodness. Yes, the Lizzie. Oh, the Margot blanket. Yes, in my, yeah. Geweldig Loes, tweede reading show. Fantastisch. Nessa, all the videos, all the cals are free. You can buy the patterns, but they are embellished versions of what is free on the blog. That's for the cals. Certain videos, like a cardigan or a shawl, will have a written pattern for those who want to buy that and want to have that. But all my patterns are free in videos. So a cal, you can make that at any time. It's all there. The videos are all there. If you want to make it exactly the same, of course, we sell the yarn packs. So we enable you to be able to buy the pack and make the exact project. Okay. They're always free to participate. Yes. So you can just, if you have yarn and if you don't mind about the colors, just get your yarn. There's some people who do the cals in one color, which is fabulous as well, because that's how they are designed as well, to be a nice structure in one color. So you can do that. You can use a color palette that you want, your own or one that we sell. We have, of course, all these color palettes, and you can buy whatever color palette you want, or you have whatever color. You don't have to buy it from us. You can, of course, but you can also do it with whichever pattern you want. So I know that one of the moderators has made the color theory. She was testing. Okay, they tested this blanket, so they already have the pattern in another colorway. And that's, oh my goodness, it looked fabulous. So, you can do that. Yes, Joke, we sturen ze wereldwijd. Je moet natuurlijk wel rekening houden dat er taxen gaan bijkomen naar Europa. Oké? Yes, Marie, I was learning while I was teaching you. Yeah. Yes, Mandy, fantastic. You are waiting for the color theory to start. Well, you'll be able to do that here. Thank you, Nessa. Thank you. Yes. So Angel, she is one of the rebellious ones here, and Teresa as well. They love changing the packs and starting something else. So she's very often, she'll even do the pattern from one cal to the colors from another and the border from another and things like that. And it's so good to do that, and it's so doable as well. Wonderful, Nancy, the Outlander shawl. Yeah, I'm not good at sorting colors out myself, Tony. That's why I do the work for you. That we now have 12 of those that you can just pick and choose, do whatever color. I mean, obviously, like for the Netflix, there was a certain colorway, and that's my vision. Like for the Lizzie, of course, those colors are the colors from the film and the colors that I saw in the film, and so there is always a way for me to connect the colors to a certain project, to a certain theme, but nothing is going to stop you from changing that. This is how, and this is why I wanted to talk today about the cowl? How does it work? How do I design a cowl, basically? And the thing is, you see, you start, and I give it a theme. I give the cows a theme, so I've got something to talk about. So you can have something to go into while you're crocheting. Oh, this is what Anya's thinking. This is what it's happening. This is, like the Lizzie cowl. I was just crocheting. I had the video on, and I thought that is such a lovely film. I want to make it into a blanket. It was the Pride and Prejudice blanket. The blanket represents the film in the colors, and that gives you such inspiration and such ideas for you to think while you're crocheting, because crocheting can get very boring. Yes, Jan, I did read your thing earlier, and naughty, naughty. Finish some. Have you started them? You know, yes, Tracy, exactly. The Lizzie blanket, the colors, the stitches, the concept, yeah, fantastic, isn't it? And that turns what could be a repetitive and boring process into something that is enjoyable, that you're going to think about, that you're going to look forward to doing certain rows. And that's why I designed them in the way I do. We do, in the spring, we do a slightly different cowl where we concentrate on a technique, and this time it's the diagonal granny square, the diagonal granny stripe. It's not a square, it's a stripe. And in the autumn, we go for a cowl that is built the way the Lizzie is built, and I'm calling it the Lizzie system. And I hope you enjoy that Lizzie system, because that way, it's a way of doing making a blanket, and you don't get bored. Fantastic, Beth. That's a really good approach to it. Yes. Yeah. It stimulates the brain, changing the stitches, but also repeating the stitches, but only for a few times, Oh my goodness, Catherine, thank you. Yes, I'm glad Agatha Christie helped to get you hooked in. Oh, Marie, 2.5 hook. Oh, okay. Good luck with that. Mary, you've got to just go for it. Yes, I did it on a slightly bigger hook, but try and, see how it goes. Also, make a sampler, make it smaller, try it out, see how your fabric feels, what it looks like, and then go bigger. Okay. Yeah. That's why that Lizzie system works so well. Mary says, just about when you were ready for another stitch, there was another stitch. And if there is a row that you don't like, you're only repeating it 6 times, something like that. Okay, so it works. It works. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I am so happy that you have been able to finish a shawl successfully, following a pattern. Fantastic. Thank you, Ruchi. Thank you. Goes with the dress, queen of coordination here. Okay, so what do you think is the first thing that needs to be come up with when you are doing a cowl? So when I'm designing a cowl, the first thing, Fantastic, Angela. Fantastic. Yes, you haven't done a cal yet. Well, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out because if you want to do this one, then it might be a good idea just to see how things evolve and how it works. Actually, Sharon, the dates are nearly set now. We have set dates in the year where we launch and where we start the cals or about. So for me, those dates are different because, of course, I have to work in advance. But those dates, yes, they are nearly set. Yeah. Then we have an idea, Kathy, for yoga, a theme. Yeah. A theme and a colorway. So those are the three things that we need. For the greenway, I shall admit to it now, okay? I had the colors, I had the stitches, and I didn't have a theme. No theme, but I come up with themes often, and I tell them to Derek or I tell them to someone. And so while I was doing the colorway and the stitches and everything, I said, and I haven't got a theme. I haven't got a theme. And he came up and he said, Anya, remember a year ago or something, you talked about this being your theme, going to Greenway, visiting the house, talking about Agatha. And I was like, yes, Agatha Christie. And I thought those colors would be perfect for her, you know? So it all falls together. So you have a theme and you have colors. And then, of course, with the oh, it starts with the letter I. What starts with the letter I? Inspiration, yes. Yes, inspiration for it as well, of course. And then, of course, so you start with, but sometimes, so that was the back to front almost. I had the colors, I had the stitches, theme came last. This time, and I'm not talking about the color theory, this time, the theme came fast, the colors followed really quickly, and the stitches are being designed as we speak. Yes, I am already working on the next cal. Because this is how it goes. The moment you are ready to do the actual cal, I am already working on the next one. Because, of course, it's not just, it's not just the theme, the colors, the stitches, the working it out, me making it, filming it, all the other things. It's the moderators as well. It's the lookbook. It's everything, So this is my time now to start doing the majority of the work for the next one. Yeah. So once I've done everything for the current cal, I start on the next one. So yes, so it's the colors, the theme, and the theme. Then also we need to think about the filming location, because that's what we have to think. That's what I have to think about as well, which for the Greenway, that worked really well because we went to Dartmouth. We had a weekend away. We filmed there. We filmed the reading shawl there. We filmed lots of things there. So for the color theory, of course, it was much harder because, where do you go and film colors? And so then, yeah. So then, I came up with the idea of the Black Beach, which I knew was in Sal. And so in Cape Verde, where we went in December. So that's why we filmed the lookbook for the color theory in where we did on the beach, on a black beach, because the colors then were wonderful. And of course, when you put all the colors together, they make black. So that's why we went to that beach to film that there. And yeah, I mean, to the brain power for that. Once I decided on that, I was like, wow. And then, of course, coming up with, for like the Lizzie blanket, the jam jar and the Greenway, coming up with stitches, making them work out. Because of course you need to take into account multiples, and you need to take into account the amount of stitches you have. Certain multiples will work, others won't. What are you going to do? What are you going to put together? Yes, the way I design my cals, it's not boring to do, but it's taken me 2 days to design 3 weeks. Okay, so I've now just started on week 4 of our next cal. Crochet along, Catherine. So this is a blanket that we make all together. So I'm now talking about how I design it, how I come up with a theme, how I make the story, how I then put the stitches together so that I can write the pattern. Yoga, the inspiration for the stitches, I sort of give myself a little bit of an idea. I go and find some stitches that go together, that might not go together. What can I take from the theme? What can I put, So yeah, it's just trial and error, trying to put stitches together. Do I like this? Do I not like this? The Greenway I kept fairly, how should I say that? Fairly flat, so no structure, not too much structure. I think the jam jar was quite a lot of holes. So, thank you, Chris. Thank you. So then, of course, while I'm doing that, so today I have been writing the pattern lines for it as well, because otherwise I've forgotten what I've done, and you don't want to do double work. So straight away I'm writing the patterns, I'm rereading them, rewriting them, rechecking them, trying them out again. And I start with making a little sampler, sort of this wide, just a couple of stitches, just to see how it goes, in one color, just one color. So I mean, I just go. But of course, this time we chose a theme together with because I was thinking, what can I do? And this time the moderators, we all got together and we came up with a theme, and that was fantastic to do. And so I'm now on week 3. So I'm going to ask them. I haven't asked them yet, so they know now. I'm going to ask them normally once I've finished with writing it, I do the cal with them the way you experience them, the cals, right? So I give them one part of the pattern, and then a couple of days later, well, only 5 days later, I give them the next and the next and the next. Okay, so we do it a little bit faster, but they also have that experience. So this time, because they came up with the theme as well, I thought I would just give it all to them and see how they feel about doing it like that, so just like getting everything in one go so they can check it at their own pace. And of course, they will be, making the blanket in advance as well. So I've written a few things down because, of course, yeah. So then I will give myself a date for when I start my own blanket making. So I will probably start the day after we come back from Venice, because there's no point in starting now because it's too much. I'm doing too many things before we go. But I thought if I start the day after, then that gives me a date to look forward to, and just, for me to work on it and see how long it takes me. And maybe what I could ask the moderators is, do they want to start with me at the same time? So we're testing it together, Bye, Eileen. Bye. So we'll see how that goes. But normally I do it, and then a month later, the testers will start. They will start testing the pattern week by week. They will give me feedback. Yes, Angel, I thought so. Do it, change it up a bit. They will give me feedback, which I will start receiving straight away in that week, because they put it in the same. So we have a shared document. They put it in the same document. So I go in there and I see what they've put in. And then I take all that into the videos with me, and I film them then as well already, because all that time it's all in my head, No, I won't be taking the Cal to Venice, Tracy. No, because it's not finished, obviously. I'm only starting it the day after I come back. I can't work that fast. And so it takes me 2 or 3 weeks to make the blanket itself. So I can't do that between now and Venice, because I have other things to make for Venice. Because of course also there are other videos I have to make as well. There's still, even when I'm doing this, there's still 2 videos a week that I have to make. Okay, remember. So then once my blanket is finished, that's when I can start thinking about, the moderators doing it, testing it, coming back. And for the videos, generally I make a mini blanket. So this is the blanket that I made during the filming of the crochet theory, the color theory. Okay, so I make a mini version because it's easy for me to then show you in the lines. I can even go to at the end, and I've got it all. I can show you the whole thing in the viewfinder, things like that. So this is the size of blanket that I make for. I've done that for all of those. I've got the mini versions of those as well. And I think it's for me as well. It helps me for the filming, because of course, what else do I make during the filming? I can't. Yes, Angela, there's a couple of questions I need to keep in my head, because I need to answer those later on. People have been asking lots of questions, which is very good. So I came up with the idea of making a mini one during when I was filming the Lizzie, because of course, otherwise you've got that big blanket on the desk in the viewfinder trying to film it. And also, you can't just film it all the time. With the Lizzie, I did film 7 seconds of every row I did, and there is a video of that. But of course, that was sitting in the sofa, badly lit. It wasn't for a tutorial. It was just because I wanted to do it. And so that's what I've published as well. But to be able to have a nice tutorial where I can show you clearly what to do, making a small blanket in the video is great. It's great. The sampler, yes, it would look nice. Sampler, yeah. And then of course, remember, we make Layla blankets as well. So the size of the Layla bed, it's fabulous. Sandy, what do you mean? I've got my own yarn shop, so I don't think I need a yarnery. So once we are at that stage where the testers are for me, that sort of, once they have said, yes, I like this, it's lovely, the stitches work, that's when I'm like, okay, right. And that's when, of course, we start ordering yarn. And that's, of course, when Dirk comes into the picture, and he has to start ordering the yarn, packing the packs, putting things together, making a little, because after we filmed the lookbook, he then has pictures for the card. I then also have all the footage I need for the information video, because generally I will film that as well, whether or not I'm talking face to face or I'm, just showing you pictures. Laurie, Laurie asks, is it ever a chore or is it such a passion that you love everyday crocheting? To be honest, it's in between. It's not a chore and I love doing it, but some days I feel a little bit less inspiration, but like now I'm really going for it again. So sometimes I think I've done too many big things, I need smaller things, and then I find inspiration is lacking almost because I can't find the small thing to make. So no, it's fine. I crochet every day because otherwise I can't get everything made. And the days I don't crochet, I'm thinking, is that okay? But yeah, sometimes something happens, and you can't. But yeah, no. Generally, crochet is done every day. And I try, yes, obviously, I try to be very regimental. Like this weekend was for doing this, right? For starting the next cal, because I want to be able to start right after Venice. But because we had that conversation with the moderators, that conversation was had, certain decisions were made, I really needed to get it out of my head, because it was getting to a point where I was thinking about it all the time, and then it just needs to go. Yes, I mean, Dirk says, yes, it is normal that we are sometimes less productive. It does go up and down, but that's normal, and that's with everyone. But yes, there is a lot of, I do feel pressure, Laurie, because I want to do a good job for all of you. I don't want to let anyone down. I want to make sure that what I design and what I suggest you make is fabulous and that you will love it. That's why I feel pressure. So yes, so once we've done the videos, once we've filmed the lookbook, I can then finish the videos, because of course in the videos I put things from the lookbook as well. So I use all that. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you. And so when all the videos are finished, I start finishing them, making sure that there's titles, there's rows and stuff on there, all that. There's music, there's titles, there's thumbnails, and then of course I have to upload them. So I upload them all as I finish them. And then blog posts. I have to write the blog posts, which are copied parts of the pattern. I put those in blog posts. Dirk amends them with pictures he puts in, and he has a better idea of how big the font has to be and stuff like that. So there we go. Yes, Tony. Nancy, that's a good question. Yeah. And so yes, there's also of course the launch video to be made, and that then is weeks in advance. So with the launch video, we then start selling the packs. So that's when Dirk shoots into action and he starts packing up your packs and putting the labels on and sending them out. So that's happening as well. And then now we still have a few packs left. So if you're interested in making the color theory, do go ahead and buy it, because we've got a few packs left and they would just be in time if you wanted to start in time. Now, if you haven't bought the pack and you're waiting for the cal to actually start to see what it's like, make sure you order as soon as possible, because we will be away the week after. Okay, and then we won't be able to send out anything until the start of May, and then you'll have to wait a long time. So it's better to order sooner rather than later if you are 50-50 what you're going to do. Okay. Mary, yeah. I try, Laurie. I try to sleep, but yeah. We're going to Venice on the 27th for a week, so until the 4th. So we won't be able to send out anything after the 25th, I think, is the last day. We leave on the 26th. I don't know whether he's going to be able to go to the post office on the 26th, right? So 25th is the last day. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Yes, Julie, exactly. All the videos, all the blog posts, everything is free. You can make every one of my projects without buying the pattern. If you just watch the video, that will be fine. And of course, the way to support me is by watching the videos, is by, if you can, buy a pattern, and is by buying the yarn from me. You will have exactly the same yarn as I have. You will have a written pattern, and that way, that supports me, that supports Dirk in what we are doing, in what we are trying to build up here. And that helps me enormously when I am editing for hours after filming for days. Actually, editing for days. Okay, because it's very easy for me to say, oh, yeah, let's film the videos of the cowl. I spend, so what I do is on Friday evening, I finish work. Friday evening, I put everything ready. So I make sure the yarn is easy to come out of the ball. So I wind up the yarn, my leftovers from testing and stuff. I make sure I've got the pattern written on my computer. I, make sure everything is ready. Then, so that takes an evening. Then Saturday morning, I get up and I start filming. And a couple of weeks ago, I started filming at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't stop until about 10:30 at night. I did have lunch and dinner, but Didac made it for me. So I went into the kitchen, had it, came back. There was no cooking, no cleaning, no washing, no whatever I had to do that day. I filmed for more than 12 hours, right? 13 hours or nearly 14 hours that day. And then the next day I did about from 9 till about 2, because then I couldn't do any more. And then you still have to edit it. And that wasn't the whole cowl. And then it's the Monday, I'm often just editing the whole day, because otherwise I can't get the thing, it's too much footage. um, so we're going to Venice, but we are filming there. We are filming there. So that's why I'm working on certain projects to get them finished by the time we leave, so we can film a lookbook there. We can film things there, pause buttons or whatever I use, mini lookbooks at the end of the video. Okay. Laurie, yeah, so it's really we want to have a couple of days really where we're not doing much, but we will be filming. And I also want to make a film about just Venice as well. Okay. So, and then of course, once all that is finished, once we've done all that, we still have to get all of you interested. We have to do this. We have to do the cowl talks in the videos. We are in the live video. We have to, do all the Didac does all the posting, all the marketing for the, to get you interested in doing the cowl, to make you interested in buying it from us and in making it. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. So, and this time we have something special as well. So next week, Friday, the CAL is going to start. Is that right? Oh my goodness. Yes, it's next Friday. And we are going to have a session we're on Zoom with a few of you who have bought tickets. So this is a special event where we can start the CAL together on Zoom. So of course, the normal video will be there and everybody has to watch that. Also, if you are doing the Zoom session, you will still have to watch the video, okay? That's your starting point. Next Friday at 6 p.m. British summertime, we are getting started with the color theory. And we will be starting together on Zoom with a certain amount of people who have bought tickets. So there is like a ticket place in our web shop, a product for you to buy, and you go and buy it there if you want to be part of that. Okay, so there is a session on Friday evening and there is a session on Saturday evening, so you can choose which one you are for your time zone is the best one. Okay. And then, of course, normally when we do a CAL, we have some side projects as well. Ingrid, fantastic. We have some side projects as well. And this time, and I've seen people ask for explanation about this here. It's a color wheel. It's a cushion. It's a color wheel. So we are making a color wheel cushion, of course, to go with the color theory blanket, of course. But that's not the only side we're making. There is another side on the other one, which I'm not showing you today, which I will show you next week. Okay. Oh my goodness, Debbie. Thank you. I think a lot of hibiscus tea. Oh my goodness, £15 for an hour with Anya. I would pay more, he says. Thank you, darling. Oh my goodness. So then people are asking, what is the wearable? And I will show you that next week as well. Okay. But that wearable, obviously, I had not made that wearable last year in December when I had made the blanket. And that wearable is coming to Venice with me. And the lookbook for that wearable will be in Venice. So that's going to be a rather special wearable. I hope you will enjoy that. But yes, I will show you that next week, the wearable, and then you will have to wait for the big reveal in the lookbook and the tutorial after Venice, okay, at the end of the CAL. So I will have some quick editing to do after we come back from Venice, because of course the CAL ends at the end of May and we are going at the beginning of May. So I've got the 2 weeks in the between to do the editing. So yes, hopefully that will all work out, but I hope you will appreciate that wearable. A carnival mask. Yes, maybe that might be the wearable. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll come home with one, because you know what I'm like. I've forgotten something and I've taken a ball of yarn and I've made it. Like last time I made that little it's there. I've got to make sure I pack it this time. The purse, you know, with the tassel. I've got to pack that because that will have to come with me. But I don't think I will be having space in my suitcase because we've got hand luggage only. So I will have to, whatever I'm taking, I will have to wear it, or I will have to put it in one of those bags and put it in Dirk's suitcase. It won't fit in mine. Thank you, Sandra. Yes, Dirk is very good at sending the packs out really, really quickly. I mean, Catherine, it is it in my head. I mean, people are like, oh, why don't you just? It's not just doing this. For me, it takes a long time to actually crochet it as well. It's not like, you might take the 6 weeks. I try to do it in 3 weeks, but that means getting up and crocheting an hour before work, and then crocheting during my lunch break, and then crocheting at least 2 or 3 hours in the evening, right? Because otherwise I can't do it in 2 or 3 weeks. Um, oh my goodness, Angela. Fantastic. You've made 28 evening bags for your daughter's baby shower and 22 more to go. Wonderful. That's amazing. Well done. I hope you've got a production line going, because that helps, I think. But and then we also, like I said, normally I have a date for the testers to start as well a month after I have made my blanket, so that I already have all the first, sort of knots ironed out kind of thing. But because I make it in small first, I make it like in this first, that helps with, a smaller number, but that helps with working out the multiples, because that's the thing. The moment, let me show you. So I'm sitting in the sofa, right? Dirk knows I'm designing the cowl, right? He walks in, he's asking something like, what do you want for dinner? But I'm sitting there with my calculator out, and I go like this, and I've got paperwork, and I've got pen, and I've got this, and I go. All I have to do is show him the calculator. He turns around and he goes, because he knows that part is the hardest part of the cowl, right? So the moment I'm working with my calculator, that's just brain explosion. That's what happens. And that's when I need the biscuits. I even have a calculator on the computer, and I have it on the screen, and I'm doing it there, because to do it in your head is just over and over, because you're doing it over and over again, and you're thinking, right, if it's a multiple of 3, how does it work with that? If it's a this, if it's a that, if it's that was so funny. I think it was when I was doing the Greenway, I was in the sofa, he walked in, and I was like, I had all the paperwork, and I was like, and he went. Oh my goodness. I was like, but that is the minute, you know. Um, and also when I tell the moderators as well, they know that this is the most difficult part, of all, because it has to work out, you see. And yeah. I had a couple of hours yesterday morning where I was trying out different multiples, and I thought, can I do this one? Can I do that one? And no, it just didn't work. I had to go back to, you know, but I do it all together now. Paula, I do it all together now. I have my way of writing my patterns, and I hope you like that. I use certain words, I use certain abbreviations. I use the same abbreviations all the time. So math is hard, exactly, Mary, especially if you're doing it again and again, and that number and that number. Oh, and I just write it down straight away, and I do it, and I read it again, I do it again, and it works. But you've got to do it while you're designing, even if it means, writing it, trying it, doesn't work, getting rid of it, because there's no point in just trying things and not writing it down. You've got to, yeah, yeah. Great, Paula. She can read the pattern without any trouble. Yeah, my patterns. Yeah. The wooden handles are 13 centimeters or 5 inches. So that's the thing. Once that part is over, it's plain sailing, because then it's colors. Then it's making the list of colors. And I use an Excel sheet for that. And it counts the amount of times I've used a color. So I start putting in the colors, and then I can go to the side and I can see a list, and it tells me how many times I've used this word and this word. And so the colors, oh my goodness, that is so easy to do. That's so nice. Once I figured all that out, that made the process so much easier. So I know how many times I can use a color, and I know how many times I can use a color if I intend to use it for the border. And so I put it in my Excel sheet. Well, it's not Excel, it's numbers. But oh my goodness, that is fun. Although I have had sessions with Karen where I've said, oh, I can't do this, and I deleted everything and started again. I remember we met up and I was doing this on my computer and it just didn't work out, so I just started again. But yeah, that's what happens. But doing it like that makes life so much easier. Then with the autumn walk, I cut pieces of yarn and I put them in order, because I had no idea how otherwise to do it, and I stuck them down on the desk, and then I wrote them down. Oh my goodness, I thought I've got to find another way of doing that. But with the numbers now, that's so much easier. Yeah. Yes, we will be taking out some time, but I will still be wearing my wearable and he will be filming me. 2 birds in one go. Yeah. But it's been okay this time. I'm getting better at it. I can see what happens in certain instances. You start to be able to predict what the stitches are going to do, and that helps. So yeah, I've done 3 weeks, started the 4th. I think I'm going really well. And of course, oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. Of course, this new found special Ophelia Talks double border doesn't help. But now that I know how to take that into account, it's okay. So yes, Debbie, exactly. So I'm here working out all the numbers so that you don't have to, so that it all works swimmingly by the time it gets to you. By the time it gets to the moderators, it works. And all they do is, they will give me feedback, or they will see, oh, there's a double point missing, or there's a full stop missing, or did you mean to say it like this, or how should you say this better? This is a long way of saying it, something like this. But they also say things like, why don't you get them to put a stitch marker? Why don't you do this, things like that? Or I found it easier if I was, and that helps so much with putting the pattern, because of course I know what I'm doing. The moderators get this without video, without explanation. They just get the yarn and the pattern, and that's it. We have no conversation about it. They have to just do it. And then of course the feedback starts coming in, and then if there's really something that they don't understand, they are allowed to ask, of course, but they have to try first to see if they can do it from the pattern. Oh, Jolene, that's fantastic. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Yeah, Mandy, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Karen, she's great to have around. She's fixing my have you noticed I'm not wearing my lava beads? They're broken. Well, no, the tassel broke. So it's not Karen's skill, okay? Um, it's me. I broke the tassel, so the tassel then had to be removed off the necklace, but then you can't put a tassel back on and stuff. So anyway, Karen is fixing it. So Karen made me the necklace. I bought the beads and the tassels, and she made me the necklace. And so she's fixing it, and I really miss it. I miss it. But she says I'll have it back before we go to Venice. So yes. Fantastic, Karen. Andrea, lovely. Thank you. Oh my goodness, you're making a pixie boller for your granddaughter. Fantastic. Yes, the panels are ready. Great. She's going to love it. Yeah, I know, Karen, we've got to meet up. Shall we, in a moment, arrange a time and a place? I need my beads back. I feel naked without them. Ingrid, no. This helps me. The maths on here help. I can't. The thing is, you see, you're doing it so often, 3 times 4, 4 times 3, 3 times 7, 3 times 8. Your brain goes, it's too much almost. I've got to see it written down. And sometimes you're thinking, is 4 times 6, 24? No, surely not. After a while, you just get. So yes, that's why. Do as I say, or the beads get it. Oh. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. Oh my goodness, darlings, I have been talking for an hour and 10 minutes already. Is there any? Yes. Is there, first of all, let me ask you, is there anything else you need to know about a cowl? I hope I have given you an idea of the amount of work it means for us, but we do that. We love doing it. I really enjoy doing it so that you guys are having a smooth cowl journey. So anything I do, everything I do, anything the moderators come up with, everything that we do, it's all so that you can have a wonderful 6 weeks making a fabulous blanket. And I hope that it comes across like that. I hope that by the time it gets to you, and that when you take up your hook and start with that yarn, that you have a wonderful experience. That's what we do it for. Yes, it's nearly 9:45. Yeah. Andrea, possibly try it. Try it. Yes, Catherine, I want to certainly do those Zoom interactive things for every cowl, even a big one. Even what I mean is one of those ones, even with the long chain. That's what I mean. This time it's easier because we don't have to make a chain. So, Mary, don't worry. You will not have to go into the stitches with the black. Okay, so I have designed the border in such a way that you don't actually have to go into the stitches. You don't have to pick up the V unless for like 2 stitches when you're finishing a row. That's all. Okay, so I have taken that into account. So next week, before you go, next week we have the flower to decorate our bag with. Okay, and I've also made bigger decorations of them with leaves hanging off them. You could use this as a keyring, right? So keyring, or just for decoration. I've put this one on my dress here for decoration. So, and also of course here on the bag. So that's the video for Wednesday, and then of course on Friday we will have the start of the cal, and then an hour after that we will have the Zoom session. If you have bought a ticket for the Zoom, make sure you watch out on Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know which day just yet. We will be sending out the email with the numbers you need. So you need a login number and a password number, I think it is, and you just click that or whatever, go to Zoom. It's easy to download it and you'll be there. Okay. Yes, in your hair for a ponytail for a little girl. Oh my goodness, how pretty would that be? And with these little leaves hanging off, that would be fun, wouldn't it? So there we go. So I hope you will enjoy this video. I hope you will enjoy the start of the cal. If you have got your pack, be ready on Friday. We will also have the free written pattern on the blog, of course, so you can go there. Of course, you have to go there. You have to go to the blog to get your color order. Okay, and it's a long list this time. Okay, so it'll be a long list. Make sure you do that. Okay, so let me say goodbye, and I will see you. I will see some of you on Friday. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And Saturday, of course, as well. But on Sunday evening, I will be back to show you the back of the cushion and the wearable that I'm going to be suggesting for the end of the crochet along cal. Thank you very much for being here, and I will see you next week. Bye. Bye-bye.